Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Delta Airlines Flight 2998 bound for Atlanta, Georgia, with continued service to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. All carry-on items should now be stowed securely, either in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. All aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas should now be clear. All electronic devices should now be turned off and stowed, as they may interfere with the aircraft's navigational and communication systems. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you may use approved electronic devices, but note that some items may not be used at any time during the flight. You'll find a list of approved devices in the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. If you're seated in an emergency exit, please review the responsibilities for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card located in the seat.
There's a plane with its pilot and the passengers. The pilot is in control, and when the pilot is in control, there is order. The passengers, although not in control, know where they are going. They trust the pilot. They have agreed to the journey. The pilot is at the front. Imagine the plane is hijacked.
Stay in your seats! Get down! No! Down!
The pilot flew out of the cockpit and the plane taken under new control. Now no one knows where the plane is now heading or who is in control. All they know is that the plane has been hijacked and they are at the will and control of the hijacker. The hijacker, the terrorist, often hides amongst the passengers and then gets prompted by a trigger. The plane is safe when under the control of the pilot. Yes, it's still possible it will crash, but as spoke about before, the journey is an agreed upon one. The pilot is trusted and trained, put in control. Whilst under the control of the pilot, the passengers can move freely. They are not hostages, but passengers. But when the plane is under the control of a hijacker, the plane is no longer safe. Anything can happen to the plane at any time. The passengers are not passengers, but hostages. They cannot move freely. They do not know where they're heading or what their fate is. Killed potentially if they don't fall into the line of command. The hijacker can and will often use the plane for other purposes. Rather than directly crashing the plane into a building or sea, they take it hostage and use it to fulfill other demands. Once the demands have been met, the plane and its hostages become useless and expendable. The hijacker is always working for a higher cause, an outside body, a bigger body, a country, an organisation, a government, an entity, meaning the hijacker is also expendable and can be killed, and the organisation live on using other hijackers as and when they need to. Now imagine the plane as a human, a man, a woman, a mind. The man, the woman, the mind can be used for many purposes, and when the mind is hijacked and taken control of, the person can be manipulated, controlled, and used just like a hijacked plane. The outside body, organisation behind the hijacker in our world is also governments, countries, organisations, but more importantly, and at the top of all the previous, are secret societies. Pulling the strings of all the hijacking of human minds all over the world. The world's minds have been hijacked. We must take back control. You are a plane. It is your plane. Do not let anyone else pilot it. And this works on all levels, not just the individuals put into programs, but every individual in the world, manipulated and influenced through the TV and all forms of media, want and desires. The case for most people in the world is that their pilot is no longer their pilot, but has been hijacked and manipulated, and they are no longer in control of themselves, but pulled and torn side to side by the world's agenda, whether an individual in a program or an individual sat at home in front of a TV. You must be in control of your own plane. Love and light.